Okay, I know it's very exciting times here at Aston Villa. It's great to be back in the Premier League. And we are all just raring to go. Very, very exciting, as I said. Now, I know there's, I'm sure, many questions that you have, so I'm willing to take a few. Yeah. Oh, yes, it's Harry Sidebottom, British journalist. Now, you've signed 13 players under your £30 million transfer limit for this summer. How would you describe your transfer window? Yeah, busy. Very, very busy. We had a lot of rebuilding to do over the summer. I think we've done a good job of doing that. And as you said, we've managed to bring in a number of players and stay under our £30 million transfer budget. It's only supplemented with a few outs, which I mean, the players that have left, they do so with our best wishes, but we certainly don't think we're going to miss them at the club. Yeah, Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist. Is there a signing that particularly excites you there, mate? It's the one that excites me. I mean, it's like I have 13 new babies, if I'm honest. I don't really have a favourite. I love them all equally. But I've got to say, I do have excited to see what Abdul Rahman can do, and Lazar Markovic as well. I think we might have signed a bit of a special player there if pre-season's anything to go by. Yes, one more from a more civilised journalist, if I may. Now, you've been handed a particularly tough start to your Premier League campaign. How do you think you'll fare in the opening weeks of the season? Yeah, the draw certainly has been very harsh on us. Baptism of fire, I think, is the term that is commonly used. Yeah, Chelsea, City and Manchester United, 3 of the first 4 games. That's going to be tough. But we want, this is what we want. We want to be in the Premier League to test ourselves against the best, and we get a very good opportunity to do that in the opening weeks of the season. Guys, as you said, I have a very tough start to the season upcoming. I've got to go and get the team prepared for Chelsea, so I will speak to you in the near future, I hope. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 11 of Raise the Holte, our quest for domination of football with Aston Villa. And welcome to the Premier League. We are finally here, and as you've just heard, it's been a busy summer off season. Let's have a quick look at what the board expects of us this year. Just the mid-table finish. We are favourites for relegation, so mid-table might see a bit of a stretch, but I think we can do it. We'll have a look at the transfers in and out in a minute, and as you've just heard, it's been quite busy. So mid-table, yeah. I mean, mid-table can be anything from 14th up, hopefully, so we should be able to do that. 5th round, the FA Cup, that's going to depend on the draw, isn't it? And Carabao Cup, 4th round, I mean, again, it's going to depend on the draw. We'll have a go at it, but I'm not too worried about these cups. It is just about, I think, the Premier League and getting as far up as we can, and can we have a sneaky bid for European football next year? We'll see how we go. We do have a lot of signings, and that has its own problems. Let's have a look at the ins and the outs. Now, there's a few permanent outs. We'll just get those out of the way. Mateja Sajic, goalkeeper, wasn't going to play for us. $500,000, we got him out. Henry Lansbury, we did sell him. More to get the wages off the books than the transfer fee. 1.1 rising to 1.5. Again, that's all well and good. Jonathan Kodja, he doesn't like me. I don't like him on this game. We don't get on for whatever reason. He's off to Sheffield United. 2 million rising to 2.9. Again, more about just getting him out of the club and getting the wages off the books. Gary Gardner off to Portsmouth. 1.1 rising to 1.6. Again, we wasn't going to play, so wages off the books. Now, look at this. We've got a little bit of business done this summer. And mind you, we've signed 13 players, I think, under £30 million. I have managed to do it. And this is what we've got. So, Emiliano Martinez, he's one of our goalkeepers that we've bought in. Arsenal backup for a number of years. He counts as an English player or a homegrown player, which is important. I've got him in looking to him to be the backup, and a very capable backup, and I think we've done a good job there. You can see 2.5, raising to 7.5. A lot of add-ons there if he plays 50 games, if we win. If we avoid relegation, I think there's an add-on. But again, we've got a goalkeeper, and that's the main thing. Tonelli, signed him, 5 million rising to 11 million from Brescia in Italy. Long-term replacement, I think, for someone like Mile Jedinak. Good defensive player, good passing ability. I think he'll do well for us. 19, one for the future. And you can see already up to 14.5 million in value. Dominik Livakovac. Now this was, I think, I want to say it was Brian in the comments. I could be wrong. Apologies if it wasn't, if it was somebody else. But you tipped me off to this guy. We had a look at him and very, very impressive. 2.5 million as well we got him for, which is good. So he'll be our first choice keeper, and yeah, so we've got 2 keepers in for 5 million sort of up front, which I was very, very happy with. Lazar Markovic from Liverpool, we got him on a free. His contract was up. Liverpool basically sold him to us for nothing, so it means we didn't have to wait for his contract to actually expire. I think as a wide player goes, he's quite good. Never really made it at Liverpool, did he, in real life, but I think he's going to do well for us. He's up to 17 million in value already. We're only paying 46 grand a week, which isn't bad for this sort of player in the Premier League. He can score a goal or 2 as well. I have high hopes that he'll have a strong season for us. Kendra Simmons, we signed him from Manchester City on a free. He's a striker. You can see we've sent him out on loan. He's one of the players we've sent out on loan. One for the future, taking a bit of a punt on him. We got him for free. The scouts said he could become a Premier League player. So we're not really gambling too much on him. Omar Abdul Rahman. This is a personal favourite of mine in real life. I love watching this guy play. Look at some of these stats. The dribbling, the passing, the vision, the flair, the determination. He's it's just like a Rolls Royce sort of player. Problem is that he's hurt himself. He's out for 3 months. So we're not going to get to see him for a little while. But again, I have really, really high hopes that he'll do really well for us. If you haven't seen him play in real life either, look him up. I think there's probably YouTube clips. Just really, really good player. 2 loanees we got back. Reece Oxford. He's back for the year this year. We needed central defenders. Very, very happy to get Reece Oxford in. And we did manage to get Phil Foden back. So he is, again, very, very high hopes for him. And I'm a little bit of a sneaking suspicion that if we can have a good year here, we might be able to become like a favourite club of his, favourite personnel, and maybe we can prize him out of City long term. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Another defender we signed, Callum Chambers from Arsenal. He was transfer listed for 7.5 million. We didn't have 7.5 million to spend on him, so we ended up getting him 4.5 up front, raising to 8.75. A lot of that's avoiding relegation. A lot of the add-ons are if we avoid relegation. So, but yeah, I think he's a really good, solid defender for the Premier League. Maybe not Arsenal quality, certainly week in, week out, but he's more than good enough for us. So we're happy to have him on board. Eric Botham, I think we'll pronounce that Botham. I'm not quite sure. But the striker that we signed, 19-year-old Norwegian kid. The problem that we did have when I signed Oxford and Foden on loan, I was also trying to get Tammy Abraham back on loan. I didn't realise you could only have, I thought you couldn't have 2 from the same club. You can't have 2 other Premier League clubs, 2 loanees from any Premier League club. So messed up a little bit on that one, which does leave us a little bit short up front. I do have to admit that. But I think he'll do okay. He was highly rated by the scouts. The maximum we're going to pay for him is 1.2 million. So in that sense, I think it's a little bit of a steal, if I'm honest. So I think he'll do well for us long term. My favourite name that we've signed, Junpi, or Juanpi, I'm not quite sure exactly how we'll get around to saying that, but Venezuelan, we signed him as a striker. The scouts said he was a striker. Turns out he's more of an attacking midfielder, but we're going to use him as a deep-lying forward, and I think he'll do a good job for us. Some of his stuff in pre-season has been really, really impressive. So we signed him for 6 million, and as I said, I think he will do okay for us. I think he'll do okay. Certainly a very creative sort of player. Now, Lucas May, or May, I guess you'd pronounce it, signed him on loan from Bayern Munich for the season. Another central defender. I think he'll do well for us, and it's just a loan, so no long-term commitments there. And the final signing, Jack Watmo, signing from Portsmouth, 2.9 million. Good young defender. He was cheap. He was pretty much the rest of our budget. So yeah, a bit of a defensive cover in there for us. I am looking Rashawn Williams and Bordeaux. I don't think they're quite good enough for this season to rely on the Premier League, so I'm going to try and loan them both out, because I think long-term they could both do quite well for us. But just not this year. So I want them playing first-team football this year, so I'm going to try and loan them out. Let's have a quick look at how pre-season's gone, and it's not been too bad. Now, before we get to that, I just want to say the draw has done us absolutely no favours. Look at this. The first 4 games we play City, Chelsea, and Manchester United. So that is tough. And then by the end of October, by the first week of October, we played Liverpool and Spurs as well. Now, the upside to that is that we're going to get off to a slow start just having so many new players. It's going to take them a while to gel. So we probably weren't going to do too well in the first couple of weeks anyway. So maybe it's better getting these games out of the way that we were probably going to lose while we're gelling as a squad. But yeah, absolutely no favours there. Now, pre-season, we started off, with Borussia Dortmund away. We had less possession than them. But as you can see, just the 4-2 win. Hogan, Horahan with 2, and Blackett Taylor as with the goals. Now, we did loan Blackett Taylor out, so we won't see him this year again. Just wanting to get first team football. I'm not quite sure he's Premier League ready just yet. Rotor JC, this was a decent performance. You can see Callum Chambers, Chester, and Green with the goals. McGinn got himself stupidly sent off, but you know, it was what it was. Then we played FC19, another Dutch team, which was a really good first half. We were disappointing in the second half, though. Markovic, Jumpy, Grealish, and Doyle Hayes with the goals. And then the 2, obviously, from them in reply. FC Eindhoven, 2-0 win. This was another good performance, but just some poor finishing. Lucas May got his first goal for the club, and Doyle Hayes as well. Then things started to go a little bit. We had a little bit of a stumble. Played Atletico Madrid. This was quite a good performance against a decent team. Again, Lucas May with a goal, replying to Griezmann's opener. We got away with a 1-1 draw, which is respectable. Then we played Inter. Now, we were okay in the first half. We were quite good, actually. Then we fell to pieces after half-time. Grealish and McGinn with the goals. We were 1-0 up at half-time. And then, yeah, we just kind of can see between the 64th and 70th minute, we just fell to pieces, which was really disappointing. It kind of coincided with the subs that we made, so maybe there's an excuse there. Then probably the marquee result of pre-season. We went to Juventus, and we won 2-0. It was a really good performance. Green and Grealish with the goals. And yeah, really, really promising performance. Then we played Borussia Mönchengladbach. This was another good performance. Take a little bit of heart from these two. Marin, Jumpy, and Callum Chambers. We have 3 goals up after 11 minutes. And then that was pretty much it. They got a goal right on the stroke of half-time. And that was sort of all she wrote. Now, as we warm up, it's going to show Chelsea this episode. And as we warm up for that, let's enjoy some of our best goals from that pre-season.
It's about love and letting be abolished notions. Preconceived, our lights shine infinitely. All superstars, baby. We're superstars.
Okay, and this is the team that we are sending out to face Chelsea. Hopefully, we come back without our tails between our legs. So it's Livakovic in goals, Beck, Chambers, Oxford, and El Mohammadi as a back four. Horahan and McGinn, they're going to play in midfield. Grealish, Foden, and Markovic are going to be the sort of the 3 in behind Jumpy up top. And just to have a look at the bench, we have Martinez, Chester, Neil Taylor, Tish Bowler, of course, who's back from loan, along with Tonali, Marin, and Botham. We do have also available to us that is back on loan, as you saw, Harry Cochrane, who we signed last year, along with Andre Green, who's done a little bit of work in pre-season. Scott Hogan did stay, but he's not. He's going to be sort of. We're struggling up front a little bit. He'll probably get a chance, to be honest. And then, of course, Omar Abdul-Rahman is injured, as is Mila Yadanak and Callum O'Hare. And Russian Hepburn Murphy broke his leg last year, so he's still coming back from that. We might keep him at the club as well. But as I said, let's go and see what we can do in our Premier League return. So we can see Chelsea, they're going a 4-3-3, kind of as expected. I'm really curious to see how we get on here. I will admit, now of course, Cherry going, I'm surprised he actually turned up. We're at Stamford Bridge. What do we say? I've got nothing to lose here. Maybe with a bit of passion, let's show everyone what we're capable of. I think I like that. And some calm, we have faith. Striking that is our weakness. We are going to struggle for goals, I think. But let me know what you think in the comments of the transfer window. Yeah, the Tammy Abraham, that was a little bit of a mess up on my part. I mean, Foden and Reece Oxford, fantastic. I don't regret having them. I just am a little bit concerned that we're a little bit thin up front. I'm hoping we have some good attacking players out wide. We have Foden as well. I'm hoping that between them, we will be able to get goals. I mean, this game's a little bit of a... it's a bit of a free hit in a way, isn't it? Because we don't really expect to beat them, I don't think. If we get anything, it's a bonus. I mean, it hasn't been a bad start. Light on highlights, but I'm okay with that. The problem we're going to have, as I said, is we're signing so many players that they have no familiarity with each other. We don't have any of the sort of the green link-up lines that you get. Here's Willian over a free kick. It looks like it's going... Ooh, I'll tell you what, that came back. It's going to take a while for them to develop sort of the on-field relationships. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm expecting a slow start to the season. And like I say, I think there is a benefit in a way to the really tough draw that we've had, in that we probably aren't going to get many points. Oh, it's a miss, isn't it? We probably aren't going to get many points off these teams anyway. So if we get them out of the way and let the team gel while we're doing that, it might, over the course of the season, work in our favour. Oh, that's not good goalkeeping. Oh, he should have got that, shouldn't he? Moussa Dembele, it's a debut goal for him. But I'm not happy with that defending. Look at... the defending's not great. We've got too many men left over. He was marked. I just wonder if the keeper could have done better there. It wasn't like it was a free header. So let's show some passion here. Got to dig deep now, boys. We've got to dig deep. It hasn't... Yeah, here we go. This might be a chance for us to attack. We haven't really seen us... I was going to say we haven't really seen a highlight for ourselves yet. But this might be an opportunity here. Oh no, that's a terrible pass. Are we going to get done on the counter-attack here? It looks like we are. Oh, that's a cracking tackle from number 2. Who is that? Is that Callum Chambers, I think? I think he might be number 2. It's a really good tackle. Or is El Hamidi wouldn't be number 2, would he? I don't think. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Beck's cleared that out to Willian. We can see they are good, aren't they? Head that away. Well done, El Mohammadi. It's there for Foden. Can we launch a counter-attack here? It's gone early for... Is that Grealish? No, they've got a man back there. I'm not too disheartened by this, to be honest, as a first half of football in the Premier League. It could obviously be better. Let's see if we can defend this. We can. Well done to Beck. Second ball comes in. We've done okay to block that. Third time, and that's the killer. Oh, right in the stroke of half time. That is disappointing, isn't it? I'm wondering, is there anything we could do? Maybe we could look to exploit the flanks a bit more. Maybe just get early crosses in the box. Yeah, I mean, are we seeing the limitations here of our summer? I mean, it's a set-piece goal again, kind of, isn't it? And that's the disappointing thing. It's 2 set pieces. Now, of all the things we've worked on in pre-season, let's demand more here. I'm not sure how much of that has been devoted to set pieces, if I'm honest. We might need to look at improving that a little bit. We have fallen away a little bit towards the end of that half, so we might give it an assertive if we're not happy. We'll do the few individual talks here. But like I was saying, it's not the easiest start to the season, so we can't get too down about things. We'll tell the guys on bookings just to watch their step, especially Callum Chambers. I think, did he get a red card? I think no, it was McGinn. I can't remember if Chambers got one as well now. We'll get back out there. I don't want to make too many changes because I want the squad to gel. So we've kind of gone with our best team. Markovic, no, it's a good tackle, isn't it? We've gone with what I think is our best team, and we've just got to kind of stick with it for a little while here. I mean, Jumpy not being... I wonder if we might actually just try playing him as an advanced forward for a bit. We might not have sort of someone up top. I'm wondering also if Jumpy might be the sort of striker that's better in a 2. So he can kind of come deep, and then we can have either Hogan or the Norwegian kid playing off of him. I mean, time will kind of tell with that. I don't... Are we going to get... Wait. Oh, that's poor defending. Reece Oxford, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, we're being positive. Should we have maybe looked to hit them on the counter-attack? There's maybe an argument for that. I do want to try and... Yeah, I mean, Grealish has left his man there a little bit. Let's give it a demand more. I just wonder if, yeah, we might start and lose it a little bit. Neither of the fullbacks are playing well, which is a problem if they're attacking down there. We might need to make some changes. We'll bring Taylor on for back, I think, because he's having a particularly bad game. I'm wondering. Yeah, I mean, our attack concerns me. It really does concern me. I'm trying to remind myself that who we're playing here, and it's not necessarily the end of the world. Let's bring Marin on for Grealish. Let's maybe look to play him as an inside forward. Try and get somebody in close there with Jumpy. We haven't played well, have we? Let's encourage them. Let's try that. Did I click that? I'm not sure. I must have. Alright, are we going to get ourselves a highlight here? Foden to McGinn. The other thing, of course, is have we gone a bit too attacking? Here's Markovic. Can he get a goal for us on Deboo? No. I'm wondering if instead of playing Foden in behind, if we would have been better off, and it might have been more intelligent to play someone in front of the back 4. That might be something we need to look at going forward. We've got a little bit of time here. We'll wait for this highlight. I might need to consider that. I mean, against the better teams. It was kind of in my thought anyway, but we might need to sort of take that a little bit more seriously after seeing this, because we have... I mean, 2 of the goals are set pieces. Oh, that's not good either. El Mohammedi. That's not good. I'm wondering if we should have played a more... Dembele looks quite good, doesn't he? I wonder if we should have played a more defensive right back. Should we have played 3 at the back? I mean, all these things are valid questions. And of course, hindsight is always 20/20, isn't it? We'll give this other kid a game. See what he has. I'm thinking we might use Scott Hogan maybe a little bit more than I had initially anticipated when we first joined the club. He does. I mean, he scores when he plays. I mean, even against Dortmund, he got the goal there. One of the goals. I think it was the first one. So it might be a good opportunity to play him. I think Eloise is about to come and interrupt us here. If you hear meowing in the background, it must be lunchtime. Can we block this? Come on. Oh, is that a penalty? Oh, well, that's a little bit unlucky. That goal is... I mean, it's a reality check, isn't it? 4-0 is not what we want. I do think... I'll take a little bit of blame, I think, in that we've gone a little bit too attacking. A little bit too ambitious. I'm pretty sure there's about to be a cat launch onto my seat any second here. That's a little bit unlucky. We've cleared it into the legs of Azpilicueta. That's a very angry cat, if you can hear that. Yeah, it just hasn't gone well, has it? It hasn't been a marquee start to the season. It can only get better from here, kind of. And it's just Manchester City up next, so it's not like it gets any tougher or anything. But, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just general feedback as well. Transfer window, formation-wise. I think if Jedinak had been available and not been injured, then it would have been... I mean, they've played well. So we've got to take that into account as well. But have we let them play well? We were poor. We were really poor. I'm going to get aggressive and say that's not good enough. Yeah, that's been a tough lesson, hasn't it? Uninspiring. That is a pretty good word to describe that, I think. Yeah, a lot of debuts handed out. So there we go. I mean, if we have a look at the team dynamics right now, it's average, which is not bad, but that obviously does need to improve. That's put a bit of a dent in the atmosphere. You can see not that much support. I mean, it's a brand new squad. That's the difficult thing here, isn't it? I don't want to give myself too many excuses yet, but it's going to take a little bit of time for everything to gel, for the players to hopefully get behind me. And yeah, for that match cohesion to build up. But, oh, and here she is, Eloise. Yeah, hi, Ellie. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Ellie's come to say hello. She's going to walk everywhere and hopefully not end the recording. Yeah, so that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed that, and I'm not too sure why you would have, please do hit like. It helps people find the channel, and I am ever appreciative of that. And yes, like I say, we're in the Premier League, and we've certainly been given a rude awakening to that, haven't we? If you are new, please do subscribe. Things will improve, I promise. We will get better as the season goes on. Ring the bell so you can upload new episodes. But until, what's today? Eloise is coming back. So until Saturday, I'm sorry if you're seeing inappropriate parts of cats. I'm just going to end it there, guys. We'll see you next time in 2 days' time, which I think is Monday, for the next episode. And for that one, we'll do Manchester United and Wolves, and hopefully we'll be a little bit better. Take care.